Welcome back in. This segment of our show brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. You might have seen this. Florida may have its second case of non-travel related Zika virus. That's the mosquito-borne illness making its way northward. Folks, kill the mosquitoes now before they get to you. Whether it's a one-time treatment for an outdoor event like a wedding or a church picnic or something, or regular treatments at your home, nobody wants mosquitoes in the first place. Now that they're carrying this disease, probably an even better idea to get rid of them. Southeast Termite and Pest Control can handle that for you. Give them a call this week. Good local folks. All right. I want to move on into our block 2 here of our Sports Source National Convention. Let's look at the polls. You do that in politics. Talking recruiting here, and I want to take a look at where Tennessee stands in terms of commitments, signees, that kind of thing. There you got 2017. That's obviously commitments for 2017. Signees 2016, 15, and 14. You see the Tennessee signees. You had 10 in 2014 when you're trying to put down your foundation. 9, the great class of 2015. 3 in 2016. You've got 5 commits this year. Your national rankings, though, number 5, number 15. You're number 6 right now for all the 3 stars that people are complaining about. You're actually number 6 in the country right now, and that's according to Rivals.com. So your national ranking is great. Then you look here inside the state of Tennessee. There are 7 players inside this state, according to Rivals, who are in their top 200 players. You've got, and I won't run through all the names, but you see there the number 1 athlete in the country from Murfreesboro. He's leaning to Alabama. T. Higgins right up the road in Oak Ridge. Everyone knows he's already committed to Clemson, says he's closed it off. You've got 1 commitment to Tennessee, another commitment to Clemson, 1 that's leading to Oklahoma, 1 that's leaning to Tennessee, and then another Clemson. You got more guys going to Clemson than you do here. So foreign policy, when you look at those national rankings, pretty good. You got a quarterback yesterday from Connecticut, 3-star guy. I know nobody wants the 3 stars, but so be it. But you're going out and you're getting plenty of guys out. Inside the state, though, is it a concern? The foreign policy looks good. Do they need to work on domestic policy? Quite frankly, do they need to build a wall? And it would be a terrific wall. It'd be a great wall, great wall. Do they need to build a wall and have Mexico pay for it around the state of Tennessee?
I say
have Georgia pay for it.
I say no. The world is flat. You pull up to a drive-through at a Dunkin' Donuts, and the person you talk to may not be in the room. They might be in India relaying it. So as long as you go get players, to me, it doesn't matter if they're from Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, Texas.
That's the bottom line. You want to have the best recruiting class you can get. Top 5 class, I don't care where they're from. Some of the best players on Tennessee's team right now are not from the state of Tennessee. But you would like to do better in state. You got, I think a couple of them could be explained away. Tennessee doesn't throw the ball as much as Higgins and Rogers would like to see him throw it, so they're going to Clemson. A running back headed to Clemson. Tennessee likes Ty Chandler more. So, but you definitely, and I'm surprised at this because this staff and they've been in place long enough to where I thought they would do better each year in the state, and this is a big year in the state. So I'm surprised at it. But it still doesn't mean Tennessee won't have a really good class.
Well, and I think you hit on something there. You look at Rogers, you look at Higgins, and Stevens, the number 1 athlete, 24/7 just lists him as receiver. So 3 of the guys are pass catchers, and that's an area where they haven't lit it up so far. They've signed some good guys, and they haven't produced for whatever reason. Chuck, your thoughts?
You know, I think it kind of goes in cycles, and I think it really depends on the talent. You know, we've heard Middle Tennessee that there's going to be more prospects, Division I prospects there. So, yeah, I say go for it. But the national rankings, I think, tell you you're not doing a whole lot wrong there.
Bob, I'll let you finish
2
up.
words, Marlon Brown. Remember when not getting Marlon Brown was the biggest disaster to ever hit Tennessee football. Marlon Brown went to Georgia and was a very nondescript receiver down there. And I know you can say this about all recruiting classes and all recruits, but you got to wait. 4 years from now, it may be a disaster for Tennessee, depending on where Tennessee is and how these guys perform. But Marlon Brown, I can't remember the linebacker's name from well more than a decade ago that
Daniel
you had
Brooks.
got, and you got him, and he couldn't play.
Daniel
So
Brooks.
once again, don't put all your eggs in this basket.
Well, and as we talked about many, many months ago, brought it up talking about T. Higgins, 30 years ago exactly, there was a can't miss, you don't want to lose this guy, how could Tennessee let him go to Penn State guy? in Leroy Thompson. I talked to him after that show, by the way. I think he was watching, so thanks for watching, Leroy. But Tennessee survived. Tennessee went on to win championships. He went on to the NFL. So some of these guys, you're right, it's not the end of the world. But this year it is kind of conspicuous. You have 7 of the top 200 players. One's coming to Tennessee, one's leaning to Tennessee.
And always throw in the caveat, you don't know why they're not coming.
Right,
It may have nothing to do.
Well, you've got 2 running backs on the list, and Tennessee isn't going to go after 2 of them. So, I mean, you're going to get 1, not 2 of them. So, anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk defense, Butch Jones going after the youth vote, and the October surprise. What might that be? Come on back on the Sports Source.